Hello everyone, a very good evening to all of you and welcome back once again to the free Shiksha IELTS daily classes. So we join the classes every weekday, that is from Monday to Friday, and the time remains the same, 5 to 6 p.m. Yes, and I welcome all of you who are watching us live and even for those who will be watching us later on. Maybe due to some reason they were not able to, join the live classes with us from 5 to 6 p.m. and they would like to see it as a recorded video on our YouTube channel, which is Shiksha, which is with the same name, Shiksha Study Abroad. So yes, please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel because we have put a lot of videos in the past as well. And we are going to continue with these classes in the month of October also. So today is the second last day for our reading module of IELTS exam. Basically, we had started with the reading module during this week, and next week we'll be moving forward with the listening module, and then later on with the writing and speaking gradually. So each day we are concentrating on at least 2 to 3 questions. Today also I have come up with few sample questions and answers for several subtopics. So today to be covered topics are summary completion questions in the reading, you know, plans, tables, and flowcharts. So what are these kinds of questions? We'll be discussing on that briefly, and then later on I'll be giving you a few of the tips to solve each of these question types, and also I'll be showing you few sample question and answers and what does the question actually looks like. So we'll start with the first question here, that is summary completion questions. So we'll read about it a little bit first. Okay, so summary completion questions appear regularly in the IELTS reading test, so you need to learn how to answer them. Okay, so a summary is basically a short, clear description that gives the main facts or ideas about something. In this case, it's a short summary of information from part of the text that has been set for your reading test. In this case, for example, for summary completion questions, you will be given the text, a summary of information from a section of the text with some gaps where words have been missed out. So basically, you will have to complete the summary, which will be given in the form of a paragraph or a passage. And there will be few gaps in between, and you will have to fill in those gaps. So you may also be given a list of words to fill the gaps with. Okay, so you'll have to be very careful what are the kinds of instructions which are given to you. You will be required to do one of the following tasks. So what are those? A, that is fill in the gaps with words from the word list, and fill in the gaps with words from the text. Now, what are the key tips? Vocabulary, first of all. Second is answer order. So the questions will be, or the answers will be in order of the questions. Words from the text questions. List of words questions. Okay, so there will be a more than words in the list than there are in the gaps in the summary to fill, so you won't need all of them to select the correct ones. There will be probably be some words in the list that you can eliminate immediately as clearly being incorrect. This could be because of their meaning or their grammar form, and cross them through in pencil so you don't waste your time considering them. So definitely you'll have to apply some of the tricks by yourself as well, and you can also go for the elimination method. For example, the words which you have already selected or already have been used in the answer, then just cross them out so that in the later on in future questions you do not get confused with those words as well. Then prediction is very important. You can beforehand guess the word, what actually do you need for your answer and what kind of words do you actually need. You can use the other clues which are given to you in the subtopics or the subtitles. Then time management is very important. I have told you in my previous videos as well that IELTS reading is a very time restricted paper, so you need to plan your questions and answers really very well. So I would advise as an expert, IELTS expert, that please do not waste your more time on one question or maybe around 1.5 minutes, not more than that on each question, because you will have to, if you're giving a paper-based test, then definitely you'll be knowing that you have to transfer your answers also from the question paper to the answer sheet. So that also takes around 5 to 10 minutes. So just plan your paper really well. Then check your grammar. Of course, grammatical skills and grammatical mistakes definitely would be hindering your score, so do check on that. Then don't read it all. That means you do not need to read each and every sentence or word, because you might not be needing it in your answer. But that doesn't mean that you can skip any line or word by yourself. Of course, you have to skim and scan accordingly, but do not focus on something which you feel is not very important, or which you have already done in the previous questions and you do not need it further in the answers, right? So you need to plan that. Now, what are some of the common challenges which the candidates face during, summary completion questions? So let's just go through them quickly. First is, a common mistake is that, is not reading the instructions properly. So as I've always told you in my each and every video, that please read the instructions properly and do not ignore them. Wasting time by reading the whole text, go through the summary with blanks and compare it to the passage. Looking for the exact word in the given passage, of course, that should not be done, because paraphrasing will be there. One of the simple mistakes that we can say is grammar. As I've told you, grammatical skills should be kept in mind. Researching or searching for a single answer for a very long time may ruin your time. So as I said, time management is very important. So please do not waste your time in finding one particular answer, because you have to complete around 40 questions in your 1 hour of IELTS reading paper. So your time management should be, on track. Now here is a sample question which I have prepared for you. Along with that, of course, there are a few questions which I have listed down. So instructions will be given to you like these. Write one word only. So that means you can only use one word here in each of the blanks. These are the instructions which you'll have to focus on before you actually attempt the questions. So there are 5 gaps in the summary completion questions. After completing them, you can actually come back here in the video, rewatch it, and just come to this part of the video where you can actually see the explanation of the answers. So you can, you will actually come to know how did we actually derive the answers for this particular question. Now, this is the conclusion for summary completion questions. Now I'm taking you through note completion questions. So these are also very, kind of easy questions which you will encounter in your IELTS reading paper. So the IELTS academic reading note completion question type is more complicated than the other question types. Just be aware of that. In the note completion questions, the passage will be given followed by some incomplete notes. So you need to understand the notes to pick the right word. Then you have to compare the keyword with the passage to locate the exact text and identify the correct answer. So note completion is one of the regular question types which you will encounter in your IELTS academic reading test. In the note completion questions, you will be provided with one or more paragraphs, okay, followed by a few notes with blanks. And you are asked to complete the notes with the suitable word from the given passage. So definitely everything will be there in the text. You do not have to write any word by yourself. You cannot just change the word or phrase from the text. Okay, you have to provide the facts or the words which are there in the text. So always remember that the answers which you're looking for will be there in the text. Nothing out of the text would come in the exam. Now, what are some of the common challenges? So skipping the instructions given, that is, one thing which candidates do ignore and they then get penalized about it for that. Looking for the answers without complete knowledge about the passage. So definitely that is also something which you should look out for. Not finding keywords and searching the answers using the word prior to the blanks. Changing the word form, so you should not change the word form. And if you're not looking for synonyms, that is also one of the mistakes which you're doing if you're looking for the same word from the question, okay, because there would be no same words, everything would be paraphrased and there will be a lot of synonyms which will be used, okay. Now, what are some strategies and tips to solve this kind of question? In the note completion questions, some important points or information from the given passage are presented in the form of notes. To complete the notes with missing information from the part of the passage. Then note completion question type is quite similar to the table and flowchart completion, which we'll also discuss after this. So the approach to finding the answers for table, flowchart and notes, it remains the same. The incomplete notes that you see at the bottom of the paragraph are usually in order, but sometimes it may not be in sequence with the intention of making the task more difficult. Read the instructions carefully so that you can avoid the basic mistakes. Then remember, you do not exceed the word limit, right? As I've told you, instructions are very important, and whatever the word limit is given to you, you have to be within that. You cannot go beyond that word limit. So notice the headings and subheadings as it helps you to correct the text in the passage. Read the passage and question precisely to understand the in-depth meaning, which helps you to fill in the answers quickly. Identify the keyword to spot the correct portion in the passage. Note that you should not change the word form. Your chosen word must be the same as in the passage. Check that your grammar is grammatically correct. Do not repeat the word which is already in question. Predict the answer, correct word that completes the note before looking in the passage, and you will find the instructions like no more than 2 words or no more than 1 word or a number, like that. Again, a sample question, do look at it later on, guys, because these are very fruitful and will be very beneficial for your IELTS practice sessions. There are explanations also given to you along with answers, so you can just cross-check them. Table completion questions come up frequently in the IELTS reading test. They look harder than they are, but they are, as long as you understand them, what you have to do and have a good strategy, then definitely nobody can stop you from getting good marks in these questions. So explanation of this question type is that you will be given a table of information with gaps in it, and you are required to fill the gaps with appropriate words from the reading text. Now, what are some of the tips? Let's understand that. So in this task, that is table completion, you are required to complete a table that summarizes some key points from the text. Okay. Second is read the instructions very carefully so that you do not exceed the word limit, right? Third tip is notice the categories or the headings in the table to go to the required location in the passage. Information in a table usually follows a sequence, so sometimes for challenge the answers may not be in the order of the passage. Read the information presented in each cell to understand the meaning. Now, decide what type of word is required for the blank. Focus on dates, names, action words, or any other keyword which will help you to locate the correct place in the passage. Next step is pick up the word or the words that make the information complete and correct according to the passage. Take care not to write any word as your answer which is already present in the question statement in reworded form. Now visualize the answer first where it is located so that you can find and write the answer in detail. Then another tip is, the simple tip is to never leave an answer sheet blank. Of course, we all know as an IELTS candidate that there is no negative marking in IELTS exam. So of course, please do not leave any blank. Maybe the answers which you'll guess, maybe some of them you might get right. So why to leave a blank, right? Now, next is consider the clues in the table. There will be some clues given to you in the form of, rows and columns in a table. So do look out for that. Make things difficult for yourself by attempting to grasp everything. So you do not need to understand everything. Please be very, very much aware of that. Now, what are some of the common problems or challenges which the students face in solving table completion questions? Let's see. Reading the full passage and wasting time. So of course, I told you you're not required to understand and read each and every line. That is not expected out of you because you might not need those words in the answers. Then second challenge or common problem is misspelling the word. So spellings should be very much correct because the marks for spellings are cut. In fact, either it is 0 or it is 1. Okay, so if your spelling is wrong but you have given the right answer, definitely the answer will be marked wrong. because the spelling is wrong. So just be aware of the misspelled words. And then third problem is paraphrased information might confuse you. So you have to look out for synonyms. You need to have that basic level of vocabulary to understand each and everything in the reading paper. If not each and everything, then at least you'll be able to find the answers. So you'll need to have that much of basic level of vocabulary, right? So for that you need to increase your reading speed. You need to understand difficult words, at least those words which are there, sometimes common in English, in our daily language. So do try to read. That is my little, advice in between. Not being able to find the clues in the table, that is also one of the problems which the students face. Now, again, a sample question. So table question will look like this: 2 forms of salinity. Then you can see primary and secondary. A few clues are given to you along with the blanks. So you need to fill in these blanks with no more than 2 words. Sorry, no more than 3 words. So these are the instructions which I'm talking about, which you'll have to, focus on. Again, I have given the answers with the explanations for you to just cross-check later on when you want to practice by yourself. Flowchart questions. Let's understand at last what are flowchart questions. So IELTS academic reading flowchart completion questions. You will see a process or sequence of events presented as a flowchart. So we already know, we must have seen it in physics or maybe in chemistry or maybe in mathematics as well. What is a flowchart? Your task is to identify the sequence and fill in the missing information by reading the text. The flowchart may be descriptive or an illustration, that is diagram, where you have to name the different steps of a process. This task lightly bewilders you with its illustrations, but it can become easier with the help of proven tips and strategies. So let's see what are a few of the tips and strategies which you can apply and get full 5 or 10 out of 10 in this flowchart kind of question. First is read the instructions. Again, read the questions and highlight the words that you feel are important, that is skimming and scanning. Notice the arrows, the dates, and the verbs or the action words or even the adverbs to the required, to go to the required information in the passage. Then lastly, skim the text with the purpose of finding the sequence of events. Then, to make a task challenging, the statements in the flowchart may not be in the passage order. So definitely in the table or flowchart, the answers will not be in order, of course. So you'll have to look here and there. Assume the possible answers before, reading to the passage. So definitely guesswork is important here. Read each statement presented, complete or incomplete, and try to recognize what kind of word do you need to fill. That is, either it is a noun or a pronoun or whatever it is, right? Pick up the word or words that make the statement complete and correct. Take care not to write any word as your answer which is already present in the question statement. Understand the layout of the flowchart. Then double check your answers to find any grammatical mistakes. Now let's see what are few of the challenges. Students sometimes in a state of hurry exceed the word limit while answering the questions. So I've already told you word limit and staying within the word limit is very important. For that you need to read your instructions. Now most often synonyms and paraphrases will be used. There will be no repetition of words from the question, so please do look out for that. It normally takes more time compared to the other question types because other questions still have the answers in order of the question, right? In order of the passages. But in flowchart and tables, the answers are not in order. You will have to find them in a scattered way. For example, the first answer you might find in first paragraph. Then the second answer you might find in the fourth paragraph. It will not be in second. So that way the answers are scattered. You'll have to look more for it. So it takes more time. Just that. Now this is a kind of flowchart sample question which I have prepared. You can see the arrows downward, so you know there is a flow in the process. This is a kind of flowchart question. There are few answers to it and the explanations. So guys, this was all from my side. Now if you have any questions related to your IELTS reading, listening, writing or speaking, although we'll be covering up many subtopics in the coming future or in the upcoming weeks of October, so don't worry about that. But still, if you have any questions, especially related to reading part which we are covering in this week, of IELTS exam, then please put down your queries on the comment section, and I would love to answer your all your problems, all your doubts. One by one I'll take them. And also, if you would like to ask any questions later on as well, you are welcome to do that. Please do not hesitate to put down your query anytime, on the comment section. So Balwinder Kaur says, hello ma'am. Hi Balwinder. I'm glad that you're watching me. Good evening. Good evening to you. So yes, if you need to ask any question, you can do that right away as well, and I'll answer all of your questions right now. And if you'll have any questions later on also, then you can do that as well. Yes, Balwinder, so do you have any questions? Balwinder, is there anyone else who wants to ask any questions related to IELTS training, or maybe today's PPT, today's video? Although all these videos will be uploaded on the YouTube channel, so please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is with the same name, Shiksha Study Abroad. And also you can register with the help of link which is given in the description below, just below this video where you're watching us live. And of course, with the help of that registration link, you can also get in touch with our expert counselors, and you can also download free sample papers which we have on our landing page. So there are many benefits for registering with us for free. Of course, you do not have to pay anything. So Balwinder says, ma'am, I only get 6 band in reading. So here is a slight grammatical mistake. Ma'am, I only got. Okay, so I'm sure you're talking about the past. So got. But please give me tips for speaking practice at home. Well, for sure, Balwinder, I would love to do that. And of course, we are going to come up with the speaking module as well. So you'll have to wait for that a little bit. But if you need the tips in urgency, that means you need it right away, then definitely I would like to provide you with the link. So please register with the link in the description below, which is just below this video, and you will get to our landing page. So we started these IELTS daily classes in the month of June. So in June also I have done all these classes in detail. So if you want tips for speaking, please go to our speaking module video, and there I have explained each and every part. Part 1, part 2, part 3, all the parts have been explained along with the tips for each of 3 parts. So that would help you. So in case you're not able to find the link which I'm talking about, so let me share that link with all of you. So I'm just sharing it, guys, on the comment section. Okay, so just take down the link from there and just register with us, and no doubt you will get all the answers in that link, because we have already uploaded many videos regarding the IELTS exam for every module, not just reading. We had done listening, writing, speaking in detail in the month of June. So please register to this link. Somebody else also, Bashir. Okay, Bashir says, hi ma'am, good evening. Hi Bashir. So ma'am, I am going to retake IELTS GT. Alright. I need to know I can provide UKVI for both the certificates. Okay, so I've understood your question, but I think Bashir, the counselors would be the best people to help you regarding the dates of the exam, or maybe for UKVI or for life skills or for GT or for academic, whichever category you need information on. Definitely counselors would be the best people to talk about it to you. So I would suggest you too that please register with the link which I have just commented on the comment section. Please click on that link and you will get registered with us for free. You can also download the sample papers from where you can practice for free. You can download them for free, of course, and you can also get in touch with our counselors who will give you the counseling for free. Okay, so we give the counseling sessions for free. Don't worry about that. And okay, so you have given me your result as well. Writing 5.5, reading 3.5, speaking 5, and L, that is listening 5. Okay, not bad. You are an average student, I'm sure, but you can increase and you have the capability of increasing your score. Now, definitely, as I've told you, please register with the help of link which I have given you. For your help, I have copy pasted it on the comment section. So please, Yeah, so maybe you can just register with that and then wait for the counselors to get in touch with you, and definitely they will help you. In case they do not, then no need to worry, because we are having these IELTS classes in October also daily. So I come here teaching you every video with different topics every day from Monday to Friday. So tomorrow also I will be coming to you, like I'll be giving you this video and all the information regarding the few extra questions of the IELTS reading part. So tomorrow is the last reading module day, and then from next week we are starting with the listening, and gradually we'll move on to writing and speaking as well. So if you want to ask any other question tomorrow as well, you can log in on the same time, at the same time, 5 to 6 p.m., and I'll be answering all your doubts. Okay, I hope that those answers help you. So Balwinder is asking, ma'am, how can I improve my speaking at home? Try to speak in English with everyone, Balwinder. That will help. Okay? And of course, try to practice your vocabulary. Try to read a lot. If not a lot, then at least 10 to 15 minutes on a daily basis. That will also help you. And yes, so once you start speaking in English daily, that will boost up your confidence, first of all. And secondly, it will also give you confidence to sit in the exam and talk to the examiner very promptly, right? So these are few of the tips which I would like to give you right now. But as I said, I will be taking up speaking in the last week of October. But if you want any urgent tips, then definitely please go back to the videos from June month, and there you will get every information about each and every module in detail, right? So guys, thank you so much for your time. It was lovely having all of you and talking to you on the comment section live. And definitely I'll be seeing you tomorrow also at the same time. Tomorrow we'll be completing our reading module, and whatever doubts you have, you can accumulate them and just bring it to me tomorrow from 5 to 6 p.m., right? And overall band 6 is not bad at all, let me tell you that, Balwinder. Well done. But of course there is scope for improvement. So as I've told you, be with me here every day, watching me live 5 to 6 p.m., and definitely these classes are going to help you and boost up your confidence in each of the module, right? So thank you so much for your time, everyone who is watching me live right now. Thank you so much, and I shall see you tomorrow at the same time. Thank you, guys. Bye bye, and take care, and keep revising your IELTS and keep asking me questions like these. Thank you.